guys, this is Jessie, long time no see. A lot of you guys know that I'm out for business these days, so I really got no time or no chance to record videos or review earbuds. So today in this video, we can talk about a brand that impresses me a lot. That is DUNU. So from copying AKG to the success of hybrid DD or the IEMS, from sending high-end copies to suing competitors in court, from a small workshop OEM to become a globally renowned manufacturer, why do some just say DUNU started off by stealing and copying, and what challenges have they faced along the way? So in this video, we'll discuss the rise of the DUNU. So first off, this is a disclaimer. The energy and the time are limited, so my point of views might be maybe subjective. So if anything is wrong, feel free to point it out in the comment. And if your listening experience differs from mine, please just trust your own ears. So when it comes to DUNU, I don't want to just start with the ancient history of DUNU. Let's jump straight to the 2013 with the DN1000. Longtime audiophiles would smile knowingly when they see its design. It's a clear imitation of AKG's K3003. Not only does the shape and wearing style closely resemble the AKG, but as the first domestically produced hybrid earbuds, it was also a huge selling point. Even the DN2002 that followed had a name that was very similar. So in the next year, they didn't just release the new hybrid DN2000, but also the world's first hybrid flathead earphones, the Alpha 1. This kind of innovation in research is still commendable, much like how mobile phone manufacturers in the early 2000s loved to experiment with flashy designs. It wasn't exactly like the flowers blooming, but it certainly was a chaotic mix of ideas. So just back in those rough days, it wasn't about worrying over whether you can copy. It was about worrying that if you can just survive. So fast forward to today's smartphone market, where everything is so heavily homogenized. Every company is racing to put in more camera megapixels and bigger batteries and screens that have to fold just to be competitive. The same thing applies to the IEMS world. If you don't have multiple dynamic driver, the balanced ammeters, or even the electrostatic unit, you can't even call yourself a flagship. And the market for novelty products is shrinking. But the hybrid flathead concept proved to be a dead end. So the Alpha series had to go into hibernation for now. Overall, the years between 2013 and 2016 were the most chaotic in hybrid driver market. On one hand, the products like the Xiaomi hybrid earbuds stirred up the market, while some high-end products also emerged, but the hype around the hybrid started to fade. By 2015 and 2016, after the release of the DN2000J and DN2002, the DUNU's offering started to seem a bit dated. However, during this period, another single dynamic driver products line was in the works, trying to bring back the glory of dynamic drivers, setting the stage for the later Titan series. And thanks to the accumulation of the experience over the previous decade, DUNU released the DK3001, which marked the brand's first venture into the high-end market. With a price tag exceeding 3,000 RMB, the build quality was significantly improved compared to the previous DN series, and the tuning was more refined. I still remember borrowing the pair from a friend at that time. I was totally mesmerized by its smooth transition between frequencies, but then promptly discouraged by its uncomfortable fit. The DK3001 was a defining moment for DUNU. It earned a reputation as a classic with a balanced and versatile sound. Even the later DK4001 was often criticized for having an unhealthy sound, and there were even claims like that the beryllium driver in the 4001 needs over maybe 2,000 hours of burn-in before it sounds good. I can only respect those opinions and wish them well. So during this period, the DK3001 solidified DUNU's position in the hi-fi market, and the brand also earned the nickname the accessory wizard within the Chinese audiophile community. So thanks to its acquisition of the famous spin-fit ear tips in the May 2016, and the SF tapes became a staple in DUNU's offerings. And in the initial launch of the DK3001, 4 pairs of SF tapes were included in the package. Over the next 5 to 6 years, DUNU released the Titan 3, Titan 5, and the DK301 Pro, DK401, and the single dynamic driver flagship, the Yue, and the budget-friendly DK201 SE6, and a variety of balanced amateur models, including the Zen Pro, and numerous earbud cables across different price ranges. But there is still a real turning point. So in September 2021, the DUNU released the Falcon Pro, a single dynamic driver earbuds priced at 1,380 RMB. On forums, a rumor gained traction. The Falcon Pro uses the same driver unit as softer ears, the Turin, whose price is 8,999 RMB. This rumor made audiophiles comment once again on the massive profit margins in the hi-fi industry. So of course, many also believe this was part of DUNU's marketing strategy, trying to ride the soft ears reputation by allegedly copying their design. So in early December that same year, the Moondrop's founder accused DUNU of copying their driver technology. The details of what happened in court remain unknown, but some speculated that Moondrop's actions were merely a way to boost DUNU's sales and stir up buzz, with both companies seemingly trying to generate hype. So personally, I wasn't so fond of the Falcon Pro sound, so I only kept it maybe only to half over a month, and then I just sold it for the second hand. And by early 2024, an employee from Moondrop posted on social media that the Supreme Court had made a final ruling, confirming that the Moondrop holds the patent for the driver unit in question, with DUNU, its sales partners, and unit suppliers all losing the case. So over a year had passed since the incident, and it could now be considered settled. And the following waves of the controversy brought no real change, and it seems that after these legal issues, the DUNU has learned to tread more carefully. So by that time, the DUNU had already become unstoppable. From their Vulcan 20th anniversary earbuds to the Titan S, the Falcon Ultra, and the Titan S2, DUNU was flourishing in both entry-level and high-end market. These products not only had a reasonable price tag, but their performance was also outstanding at that price point. So for the period of time, if you're doing a product review and didn't include a DUNU product, the users even wouldn't know that what you're talking about. And then came the launch of their flagship Nano IEMS, the LAN, co-branded amplifiers, and the world's first fully declared R2R portable CD players. So if I had to sum up DUNU's development in the decades, I would use the phrase like the rooted in audiophiles. Over the years, while I haven't been a die-hard fan, I've certainly witnessed their growth and progress to some extent, as well as the many obstacles and the challenges they faced. When the first Falcon was released, the DUNU humbly accepted a lot of audiophiles' feedback and tuning suggestions. This feedback played a big role in the development of the subsequent products like the Titan S2, their Bluetooth line, and even the CD player, which were all improved based on the audiophiles' recommendations. So I hope that moving forward, the DUNU can still continue to stay true to their audiophile roots and remain honest and trustworthy, and further refine their sound. Just like their brand name suggests, I believe they can reach the highest level of the sound quality. So that's it for today's video. Still, thank you so much for sticking with me. And in the next video, I will make a comparison between the Ceramics Ultra and the Moondrop Pudding. I think maybe this is more attractive to you guys. So see you in the next video. Go on, Jessie!